in this. Okay. So can you all see my screen?
Yep.
Great. Let me just move these annoying things out of the way so I can see. All right. So what is the purpose of, having a Google business profile? It's real simple. If you want people to find you, you've got to be able to be found, right? So if you haven't already, and then just by, let me just open this up again. I want to see a quick show of hands. Does anybody here even have a Google business profile?
I think I do.
Okay. And Susan does? Awesome. All right. All right. So basically, if you are going to, advertise yourself, whether it is on Facebook business or LinkedIn business or Instagram business or TikTok, like Miss Diana kills it on, you want to have a brand that's consistent across all of these media. All right. So your digital presence or your digital footprint should look consistent. It should look almost the same throughout all of these social media platforms. So why we want that? Well, because if someone is a new home buyer, all right, generally they're either a millennial, maybe a little older, maybe a little younger. But the bottom line is, if they are searching for a home, they are doing it digitally. All right. And they are going to look you up digitally because that's all they know how to do is look you up digitally. All right. They want to know if you're legitimate. If I'm a first-time home buyer and I'm going into a market where I'm going to be spending $500,000 with somebody or trusting somebody, I want to make sure that they have some kind of legitimacy. How do we create that legitimacy? By creating a Google business profile, a Facebook business page, a LinkedIn business page, a Instagram business page. All of these can be linked through command. So this is not something that you really have to be concerned about, because even when you have your Google business profile and you can create a Google Ads account, you can actually run that campaign, your Google ad campaign, through command, similarly to the way you would do a Facebook ad campaign, right? So let's look at a business profile. What is a business profile? So a business profile is, and I hope you guys can see it, I have New City Sushi up there on my screen. Yes. Okay. So this is the business profile. When I Google New City Sushi from my browser, I get their Google business profile, and it has a bunch of useful information, right? It's got their website, directions. You can save this. You can call them right from here. You can call them right from your phone if that's what you want to do, right? There's a widget in there that's built in that'll let you do that. It has your information, right? What kind of services do you offer? When are you open, right? What is your phone number? You can even get your reviews on here. But what a lot of people don't know is that you can also get some free advertising on your Google profile. Say what? Free advertising? Come on. So how do we do that? Let's just take a look at it first. Let me just pull up another screen. Actually, no, let's go to mine. We can do it right from mine. So this is where I manage my Google business profile. And I'm going to pull it up and you'll be able to see. Actually, let me just, I'm going to pull it up. Let's see. Houses by Evan. There we go. Okay. So this is the one I want to show you. My business profile comes up. This shows up right now only because I'm logged in as me. But if you're not logged in as you, do you guys still see my incognito screen now? I'm wondering.
We see where it's your business on Google on the left, and then Houses by Evan on the right.
Okay, so
not your incognito screen.
Okay, I need to let me stop my share and then change my share. Okay. Now you see my incognito. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if someone were to Google houses by Evan, right? What comes up? My business profile, my KW website, my about me, my next door profile. I'm in Orange, New York, because I joined the Orange County Chamber of Commerce. My profile in Realtor comes up. My LLC data comes up. My Facebook information comes up. My Zillow information comes up. All of that is there because they found me and they linked it all together. Okay. If they just type in houses by Evan, my profile doesn't come up, but you're going to get everything else. You're going to get my Twitter account, my Instagram account, my Facebook account, my Facebook business page, all my YouTube videos, all right, my microsite, okay, my LinkedIn business page, and my LinkedIn profile. Everything about houses by Evan is found by typing one. And you'll notice nobody else's information came up, right? You weren't you weren't seeing anybody else's stuff. That's great. That's what you want, right? You want to command the entire screen. So let's go back. So on mine, you'll see we have an area down here where I can put my new listing, right? I can offer an offer of a free home valuation. Okay. All of this stuff is offered for free. I was able to put as many pictures of my listing as I want. I was able to list my open house, advertise my open house on here. I advertised an open house I did for Diana. Get your free home valuation. All of this stuff is found when someone Googles your business profile. Okay, so how do you get that business profile? Let's do that. Let's start it out. So Google my business and let's get started. I'm going to use my testing account, my alter ego. Yeah, well, let's just confirm. Yeah. Okay, so we want to create a business name. What is your business name? This guy is Stuart. So Stuart's Fine. Whoops, I can't type today. Fine Homes and Estates. Now, a quick note about your business name. One of the things you want to do, if you haven't already created a business name for yourself, is two things. If you're going to create an LLC, make sure that the LLC and if you're getting a URL both exist. Okay, so for instance, my LLC is Houses by Evan. My URL, my website is housesbyevan.com. Even though it flips over to my my KW site, all I have to print up and advertise is Houses by Evan. Okay, so you're going to want to probably think of a business name if you haven't already. Make sure that your LLC and your URL can all match, so that again you have that same consistency going through. Make sense? Anyone have any questions? Okay. And we're just going to tell it what we are. All right, real estate agency. You want to add a location? Sure. And this is the important part, folks. In order for you to get your business listed in Google, you need to get verified. Okay, so you're actually going to use our Keller Williams 10 Esquire Road, or Aaron, you're going to use the Market Center up by you, but you're going to use your Market Center address. Let's see. So it's none of those. Gwen's got it. KW has it, but it's none of these. No. Do you provide delivery as a home? No. Oh, do we? No. Let's not talk that. You know. Um, so everyone get the picture? Okay, do you want to sure. So this is the important part. You don't do this part, it ain't gonna happen. So you want to get the postcard by mail. And as you can see, it's gonna say, it says it's gonna take up to 5 days to arrive. You'll put your name in here. It's gonna come to Stuart. There's a Stuart of Stuart's Fine Homes and Estates, and then you're gonna click mail. Okay. You're going to let Dan know that you have done this. Okay, so that when Dan gets the mail, he's going to say, oh, I got your Google postcard. And what's going to happen is once you have created all of this, and I guess I can, why not? I'll let Dan know it's on its way. There you go. I'll just never verify it. That's all. We'll just skip this for now. You can set your hours. You can do all of this later. You can do it now. It doesn't matter. If you want to accept messaging, you absolutely can. Talk up your business. Write a little description about your business. Who are you? You know, it's kind of like very much like your bio or what you have on your Facebook business, if you have one. And then you're going to add photos. You can use as many of you can use your sold properties. You can do your listed properties. Any charitable work that you do, anything that you want to do to highlight your brand. Okay. And the best part is once you've gone through all of this, Google will start you off with $500 in free advertising credit. And that's pretty good. So I'm going to skip that. Okay, it's almost ready.
Evan, can you just explain that just for a second, the $500 in free credit? What is that for?
Sure. So Google is many products. All right. So I'm going to switch back to our regular screen. I think that's this one. Okay, we're back on this one, right? All right. So repeat that again, Erin, and I'm going to show you.
I was curious with the $500 in free advertising, what that is.
I'm trying to find my thingy. Hold on a second. I've got too many up. Houses by Evan. Okay, it's this one. Second. It's this one. Okay. Now we're good. So again, Google is lots of different products. You got the search engine, we've got analytics, and we have ads. Okay. So you can, like I said, with Facebook, you can run an ad campaign through Google Ads to advertise your website. I currently have 2 sets of ads that are running. I spend $5 a day combined, so it's about $150 a month in advertising. In the past 7 days, I've had 2 conversions. What are those conversions? The goal that I set is every time someone clicks on my ad. Okay, so I know these are all different versions of my ad, and you can't see it right now unless I edit it. All right, I'll edit it. but you can see you put your headlines in, you put a little copy in, tells you how many characters you can use, how many you can't, tells you if you're going over. Really easy stuff. It's very self-explanatory. They walk you through the entire process. But what's nice is that you can, look at your campaigns and see how they're doing. So here's my campaign. I'm able to see what keywords people are using that my ad gets shown on. And you can see a lot of people just write Keller and Williams, Keller Williams real estate, Keller Williams real estate, Keller Williams realtor, find a home. And these aren't necessarily keywords that I've put in. They are keywords that are being used by people who are searching for real estate in Rockland or Westchester or Putnam. We're not going to get into all of this because that's an entirely different class on Google advertising. But know that when you do create a Google business profile, they're going to spot you $500 to start. $500 to start. If you do a $5 campaign, that's over 3 months of advertising for free.
Okay, question, Evan. So you can run a campaign through command on Google, and that $500 credit is going to be put toward this?
Yes, it's all your Google ads. When you're running it through command, is running through Google ads.
Do this. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, indeedly do. So what I wanted to show you, so here's one of our colleagues, Sherry Coyle. She's got her business profile already set, right? It's already in there. The information is there. But what I wanted to show you again about consistency in your branding. So I have a LinkedIn business page. Real estate was a second career for me. I did 35 years in a completely different industry, and I've got a lot of contacts in LinkedIn. So when I went into real estate, I created a business page for my business, Houses by Evan, LLC, right? And utilized the same branding that I have on my Facebook business page. Okay, it's a consistent look. I have a consistent name. It's Houses by Evan, right? Whether it's on my Instagram, Houses by Evan, or it's on my Twitter, Houses by Evan. I'm going to sound sickening. Or if I'm on, right? Or if on my site, it's Houses by Evan. You want that consistency. Because once you have consistency, then you go into something called stickiness, right? Because they're going to like you, they're going to favorite you, and then by sticky I mean you are now more in touch with them. They can more easily find you. Questions? Don't make me talk for the entire time because I get sick of hearing my voice as well.
I have a question, Evan. Can I go into Google, and if I do have something that's up from the past, am I able to completely clean it out and start anew?
Yeah, if you can claim it, if it's under your Google email address, you can go in. Yeah, you can go in and delete it and start to add a new business.
Okay, great. Can you add more than one?
Yes, you can.
So you can add more than one business.
Mm-hmm. To your Google profile. Yeah. What I have not done, only because I have a separate account for my recruiting, but
Right.
yeah, I haven't done a Google business profile for that one yet, only because I'm getting more than enough traffic from just from Google, from my Google ads, quite frankly, and I do that for $5 a day too.
So if you have two separate Gmail emails, two separate, you can have two separate accounts.
Yeah, and you can also have a master account manager. So for instance, I have multiple URLs. I have my Houses by Evan, I have Explore KW Careers. I can manage both through one login for myself, even though
Okay.
they were created under two different ones, under kw.com, and I think one is under my gmail.com.
Oh, okay. All right, because I'd be interested in having two separate.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
You want two separate ones, but then when you want to manage it, and I'll show you that. So for instance, in my analytics, let me just minimize this. So this is my Google Analytics. Now we're looking at my KW website. In the past 7 days, I've had 44 visitors, 43 of them were new.
Okay.
But here's something I really wanted to show most of you.
Evan, when you have a chance, I just had a question.
Absolutely, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So I just want to get an idea on some of the things you discussed, which is, so you said we should create a website, like a link that's something that that sounds good for us, some kind of website name. I'm just wondering, when I created my account with Keller Williams, I put in a website, let's say, first name dot last name at kellerwilliams.com. So I would create another website on top of that as well.
No, you're not creating a website. I did the same thing, Joseph. My KW website is evan-newman.kw.com. That's a mouthful. All right. It's a mouthful to say, and it's a mouthful to print. And it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue. So what I did was I purchased a URL. You can go to any web hosting company. You want me to recommend? I'll say I get everything from GoDaddy. You spend maybe 10, 20 bucks for the year to secure it, and then you renew it every year. And you just want to secure that name, like I did, Houses by Evan, all run together, .com.
You secure a URL and you link it to the same place?
Exactly. What you do once you own it, there's a place that you can go to in the settings at GoDaddy that will allow you to forward it to, and I'll show, let's do it right now. You guys can see my website, right? I got a clean Google page, right? Sorry, let me just. Right, housesbyevan.com, right? And presto changeo.
We don't see the screen change, Evan, just so you know.
You're not seeing? I didn't.
No, we're still seeing the analytics page.
Still seeing. Oh, I changed. Hold on. Let me stop that then. Hold on. Let me stop that then.
It's the beauty of live TV.
It is. Hold on a second. You see the analytics page. All right, let me just go back to that one. Okay. I'll do it here. So now you see me typing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I type in the my own URL, Houses by Evan, through the miracle of modern science, it flips over to evan-newman.kw.com. But I don't got to print that, and I don't got to, publish that, right? I want something that works for me. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Second thing, and I should have mentioned it first, but we'll do this first. Once you have, if you are going to create an LLC, make sure that the LLC name, even though the URL name is available, make sure someone hasn't already taken your LLC name, because that is a possibility. And you just go onto the New York State site for businesses, and there's an LLC search page, and you just type in the name that you want to use, and it'll say not found, and then you go, yeah, all right, and then you register it. But I do recommend it, just for business purposes anyway. All righty. So let me go. So I was going into analytics, and I was going to show you something. The reason that, I push my digital presence versus any kind of print advertising. Meraldo will tell you I am not a big fan of it. Since I've been doing this, I have not paid dime one for it, and nor do I see a reason to, quite frankly, because as a buyer's agent who's coming into this business, like I said earlier, we're talking about millennials or slightly older, slightly younger, but they're doing everything online. And I can show you, what I mean, because I know where my people are coming from. So this is right. I know how my people are coming to me. I see most of it is coming through paid search, right? But where's my so out of this past week, out of my 49 users, 37 are using a phone or a tablet. Okay, so if I know that my entire 90, a good deal, 75% or more of my audience is coming to me through a mobile device, it only makes sense that everything that I can do to make myself found digitally is going to increase my business, which is why I do different things with my website, to make it more user friendly in a mobile environment. Go to any one of my pages, and this is not to not to give myself a little advertising, but when I place these little widgets on the bottom, like let's chat on the right hand bottom, and let's talk on the left hand screen, well, I can tell you that I know that they work because I get phone calls all the time, because I have it conveniently placed right next to your thumb when you're on my website. Okay. If you don't want to talk to me, fine, you can chat, and you can choose what kind of chat. You want a WhatsApp chat, or you want a Facebook Messenger chat? Okay. But even here, you can see that the branding that I use on my social media, I carry through on my Keller Williams pages, the black and the white and the red. But even on the home page, my hero pictures, you get 5 pictures here that rotate. You don't have to use the stock pictures. Choose pictures that represent you. My thing is dogs, so 2 out of my 5 have me with my dogs and my message. All right, the other 3 are still families with dogs. Why? I'm trying to get a message across. You're buying a house, you better have a dog with you, all right? Because every house deserves a dog. So, but again, it's all about your branding and your digital presence online. And I've been doing a lot of recruiting lately, and I can't tell you, I can't stress this enough to the recruits that I talk to, because they also need an edge. You got to differentiate yourself, especially if you're new in this business. Like I said, I had to figure out a way to differentiate myself from somebody like Meraldo, who's been doing this for as long as I was in my other business. She's established. She's got a book of business, right? How do I reach all of these first-time home buyers? I mean, other than hosting an open house, which I did, and I got my first few transactions doing it that way. But now with my Google pages and my Google advertising, this phone rings at least a half a dozen times a day, because I set it to a different number than my regular number. All right, I pay Verizon. There's a $15 a month service called I think it's not My Verizon. It's something like My Verizon, but they give you a pseudo phone number. All right, and they just charge you $15 a month, and it works. It points right to your phone. But I know that every call that's coming in on my 845-316 number is a real estate call, and I know that they got it from the internet. It works. I'm telling you, it works. Questions, shoot them at me. I'm here.
Well, my question for you, Evan, is obviously, look, you're really good at this, and there's a lot that you have here that I would even want to look further into, not just the Google page that we went over. I love your website. It's excellent. I love the fact that you have the chat, and I'm going to hire you because I need your services, because for me, obviously I am an old time agent, right? And here I am the coach, and I preach and tell you what you need to do, because I know what you all need to do, and this is what you need to do, yet I'm not doing it for myself. But I'm going to have a little different twist on it. I'm not growing my production. I'm going to go. So I'm going to need you. I'm going to have to call you privately. And
Sure.
I'd like to hire you for your services, because you are unbelievably fabulous.
Oh, stop. That made me blush.
No, I'm being
I'll
honest.
turn this.
You're
I'll turn
fabulous.
as red as my shirt, please. I mean, look, I'm not a marketeer. I barely consider myself a mouseketeer. Like I said, I used previous skill sets because I had a technology background. I was able to figure out how to beat command at its own game. I love command. I love our technology, but truth be told, the interface for agents to customize their websites is a dog. And it's probably why 99% of Keller Williams agents' websites all look the same cookie cutter way.
Mhm.
I mean, and why there's a cottage industry of people like myself who offer, consulting to spruce it up, to kick it up a notch. Again, differentiate yourself, because you're going towards a different audience than the person who's been in this for 35 years.
Exactly.
So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
And obviously, though, this is the way to go from here on in. If you're not on social media, you're
Right.
going to be pushed out of the game very quickly.
Absolutely. And you need to take advantage of every free platform that's out there. When I have an open house, again, if you're not on LinkedIn, join LinkedIn, create a business page, start to get people, put hashtags in there so that your post can be found. I put my open houses in there. I put my own listings in there. I do recruiting in there. There's so much you can do with that platform, and it's free, just like Facebook. All right, yeah, Facebook, you can kick it up and spend $1 or $2 a day on advertising, and you don't need to do a whole lot of money, especially if you're doing Facebook advertising. You're going to advertise a listing for an open house for what, a week, maybe 10 days. You're going to spend what, $10, $20 tops, because if it's worded right, you'll get the hits, and you'll get the clicks, and then you'll get the audience at the open house. One of the good things.
I want to just say, Evan, this Google business profile is so underutilized by the agents in our company, and just by agents in general.
Absolutely.
I've heard nothing more over the years than, how come when I Google this, how come I hear it? I've been hearing it for years.
It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. We say, I have a website. Why can't I find me? You can't find me because you haven't registered.
How can I find someone else when I Google Keller Williams? Well, that's why.
Well, I can tell you, people Google Keller Williams in 4 counties, 5 counties, and my phone rings from each one of them because I know that my ads are circulating in those counties.
It's extremely important and extremely underutilized.
Yep, I cannot agree more. That's why I'm preaching the gospel. So, any other questions? Michelangelo, Joseph, Kirk.
No, but it sounds really good. Heck, I might pay you for your services.
I actually owe Merrill a write-up. Merrill has contracted with me. You can talk to Sherry Coyle, you can talk to Jonathan Gal, all agents I've helped. You can look through my site. I encourage you to, because I've got a gazillion different things that I do. And again, this is not a commercial for me, but
Go for it.
you know, this is, all right, so can you guys still see my screen? So free resources. Let's see if you guys can see that. So you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, our good friends at Command don't really give us a way to do something like this. So what is all of this? These are free resources that I give away to all of my customers. We all have access to them. This is just a home buyer's guide that anybody can make in designs. This is a market report that I put together. I've got 4 of them for Rockland, Westchester, Orange, and Putnam. Easy peasy. Go into the MLS and click on reports. Anybody can do it. Home valuation. This is a great one. Let's just click on that one. It's really good for getting leads. It's a free home valuation. Basically, you're just going to ask them for their address. Let's just do a quickie and put my name in there, and then I submit the form. And I'm telling them, why are you giving me your email address? Well, that's where I'm going to send your report to, right? What do you need my phone for? All right, well, this is where I'm going to call you if I have any questions. And then you're going to ask them, well, how likely are you to sell your house? If they're just curious, you can get back in a couple of days. If they're really, if they're very interested, you're going to call them now. And once you get this, now you have enough information to do a CMA, and you send it out to them, and it's a great conversation starter, right? Everyone should have a mortgage calculator, a school search. If you haven't, you really need to go on to YouTube and look for the Scott Leroy marketing, because they teach you how to do this. I really think that everyone should know how to do this. I can show you how to make it look prettier, but everyone should know how to at least do it. It's the same thing with the real estate blog. There's a Scott Leroy marketing video that shows you how to add a blog to your site. So why do I have all of these things in here, right? Versus putting them into my drop-down menu? That's easy, because my drop-down menu had 8 more things before I moved them over here, right? I've got a lot of things going on. Besides the free resources, I'll put some listings I'm promoting, right? But it's a little bit different than the way Command lets us do it. I'll use some new widgets. If you missed my class on how to embed a calendar into your website, here's an example. So if you are making appointments with home buyers and home sellers, you can get a free Calendly account. The free account will only give you 1 event type. I've got 2 here because I pay for the professional for a number of reasons, but all you need is the free version, and just call this consultation with you, right? I can say consultation with Evan. And in here, I can set questions up and qualify them. So if it says meeting with Evan, I can have questions like, are you a home buyer or a home seller? And then ask the leading questions. So you can qualify them and know all the information about them just by getting onto a calendar invite. Best thing about it, you can hook up your Zoom account to it. And then when they go in to make an appointment, I'll show you. So I'll click an appointment, February 9th. I'll take the 7 a.m. I'll confirm it. So in here, I'd be able to ask another question like, what are you? Are you the home buyer or the home seller? And again, I can set up my meeting at Zoom. Do I want to meet at Starbucks, Dunkin', at the new city office? You want to suggest something? But I didn't send them anywhere to do this appointment. They stayed right in my Keller Williams site. It's a landing page on my site, but it's still Keller Williams. Right?
Love it.
So little things that it's just, you want to show people that you are as serious as they are. Let's think about it, right? You're spending a lot of money they want to give you, $500,000 at a minimum, probably. And it's a lot. It's a lot. It really is. And why should they trust you? You know what? If I'm going to be trusting somebody for the first time, I'm going to do a little due diligence. That's just the way I am. I was brought up that way. I was brought up that way. If anybody wants to contact me, they can just shoot me an email at enewman830@kw. And if you shoot me an email, I can send you a link to another site. And you know what? I'll show you something. Just suppose we have a couple of minutes. When I first started with KW, I did not understand when I saw these videos why people had so many landing pages. I just didn't get it. I get it now. Landing pages are great for setting stuff up that is a specialty. All right, you don't necessarily need it to hang off of your main site, right? So for instance, I got a lot of them. All right, so I've got 30 some odd landing pages. Okay, but I track where people are coming from. So for instance, on my Facebook business page, y'all see that? If I click learn more, it's taking me to a landing page specifically for Facebook followers. I'm acknowledging that I know that you came from Facebook, right? And in my analytics, I can track who came here. So it's just another way of me looking at analytics and metrics and using them to my benefit. It's great to know where your people are coming from, because once you know where they're coming from, you know how to advertise to them, or where your advertising should be directed. Make sense? I hope so. So that's really, I can't stress enough, the whole branding thing. I get tired of seeing a picture of me all the time too. But again, I'm not the one who's always looking at it, right? You want to put your image out there. You can't be shy, can't be a wallflower. You can't be, embarrassed to, put yourself out there. It's It's what we do. It's how we get business. Right.
This is all fantastic information.
The last thing I'll leave you with is don't be, I do a lot of, here's another thing. So here's a great thing. You're on my page. Well, I went to cancel out of it, but I've got a pop-up that jumps out at you. Hey, what do you mean? Why are you leaving so quickly? Let's talk. Right. This pop-up could be here. It could be in the middle of the page. Put that anywhere. But what I was going to show you. Oh. The other thing that I had to do, and I tell this to recruits as well, I wanted to find a niche that would work for me. I do a lot of volunteer work, charitable work with one of the local dog rescues. I'm a airport transporter. Okay, I pick up puppies that are flown in from Puerto Rico, and I transport them from Newark, JFK, or LaGuardia to their foster home in Rockland. Well, they'll stay for a couple of weeks and then they're adopted out. I share that information when they're adopted, when they're available on my Facebook page. I have this information on my web page because, you know, what's my shtick? I'll pay their adoption fees up to $500 if they buy a house with me. Okay. If they don't want the dog, I'll make them feel guilty, but I'll make a donation in their name. Okay. Not only that, I put the adoptable dogs that are available up on here as well. So don't be afraid. The point is, don't be afraid to focus in on charitable work that you do and highlight it. It's not a bad thing. People will respect you for it. So whether you're working with an animal rescue, a homeless shelter, feed the hungry, you can work with a food bank. Highlight your charitable work, just like KW does. And again, swap out your picture every once in a while, with somebody else that looks better than me. But that's what you need to do. I can't, like I say, stress enough the importance of building your brand. My brand, I'm the pet realtor to dog lovers. That's me. And Jackson's my buddy. Don't be afraid. Find a niche. Exploit it. It's okay. In this case, exploitation is okay because they're getting recognition. Oh, and did I mention they will reciprocate? I promote my charity. My charity promotes me back to their community. That's win-win. And every single dollar that I don't donate, which is a lot, is a deduction. Let's not forget our deductions. I think that's it. Anybody else have anything? Susan, you're on mute. Did you want to say something? Anybody? Good?
Thank you. I mean, I need to change my LLC's name and everything, but I like to get in contact when I get everything straight.
No worries. My pleasure. Like I said, it's it can be a bit of a challenge trying to find them to match up, especially when you'll rack your brain trying to find a great name for your company, only to find one or the other isn't available.
Mhm.
It's a game. It's a game, but you'll find it. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. All good?
I wanted to say thank you. Everything you said is amazingly fantastic and practical. I just wanted to ask you, if I don't have an LLC right now, can I still do all that you've mentioned without it?
Absolutely. You saw like what I did with the one I registered, Stewart. I just made up the name. They don't care. They're not verifying that. That's on you. What they're verifying is the fact that it's a real business. And by sending mail to that location, what they're going to do is they're going to give you a 4-digit or 5-digit code that you're going to have to go back to your business profile and enter in. And then it's just like when Google sends you a code because you've logged in with a new device. It's the same thing. They're mailing it to you to the physical address that you've indicated. You're going to open it up. You're going to type it in. You're going to log into your business profile. You're going to go to the verification, type in the code, and the next thing you know, your business profile is going to be live.
Great, thank you. And then at some point, should I decide to turn it to an LLC, that conversion won't be it won't be hindered in any way, right?
No, not at all. No. You, like I said, it's Google doesn't care. That's not the thing that they are concerned with. They're just concerned with the validity of the business itself, whether you call yourself an LLC, an Inc., or whatever, or if you don't, they don't care. They just want to make sure that you're a real business.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Well, if nobody has anything, Aaron, I think you're in control to close it, or let me just
Yeah,
stop my
I am.
share.
Thank you so much, Evan. I really think this is just absolutely fantastic information. Like I said, I hear nothing more than I don't find myself when I search. So I think this is just really great. And if anybody has questions, can they reach out to you and pick your brain a little?
Absolutely. enewman830@kw.com. It's in the chat. You can always drop me a line. I'm happy to talk about it. It's that's what I'm here for. I enjoy
Awesome.
doing it.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And everybody have a great day.
All righty. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you
Thanks.
soon.